Kolla, det är sådana random bloopers. Jävla som
Jävla.
Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. It's been a hot minute and I haven't been here for a while, and I just want to say I'm sorry already, and I think it's gonna happen quite a lot from now on just because I'm in a kind of transition period. I want to say a huge thank you for 5,000 subscribers. We've hit 5,000 subscribers I think sometimes last week or 2 weeks ago, but I wasn't on YouTube much, so I didn't see it really, and I don't pay attention a lot to the number of subscribers. So someone, actually one of you, sent me a screenshot on Instagram saying, Sophia, you got 5,000 subscribers! So thank you to this person, and thank you to all of you for being such sweet human beings and for your great support. Today I'm filming a slightly different video. I think being here in Germany alone during the lockdown and then after the lockdown and getting to enjoy different parts of Munich and where I live and having different interactions with the people has made me very aware of the place and where I am and the now, and it just made me so grateful for living here. Many things coming into the picture, and then I'm so much more present, and I have been so much more present throughout these last few months, and so I just want to make a little video where I show appreciation for Germany and its Germans. It's a quite, there's a learning curve of being here. It's not easy getting used to it, and I had moments where I definitely did not like it much, but at this point in life I'm absolutely loving where I am, who I am sharing these moments with, all the people. So I'm filming and I'm sharing with you 10 things I love about Germany and the Germans. It's a video that have been just in my mind for quite some time, and I'm finally doing that. This can help you if you're planning to move here, or if you are wondering if you should move here. And this is also a little love letter to all my German friends that I absolutely love and adore, and to Germany, which has been my home for the past 3 years. Just keep in mind that I live in Munich, which is in the southern state of Bavaria in Germany. So that's my experience of Germany basically. So whatever I'm gonna say, that applies to my experience of the place and of the specific people. I am fully aware that Germans are humans that are different, and yeah, they're just different from person to another, and probably they're different across the geographical area. Bavarians are not people from Hamburg or people from Hesse, so it's just my own intake on Germany. I think that this disclaimer is so important, but without any further ado, let's get started. The first thing I love about being in Munich, particularly in Munich, is safety. I feel incredibly safe at all times. Now I know that this is very specific to Munich as a city, and it can be very different if you're watching from Frankfurt or from Berlin maybe, but Munich is extremely safe. I stay out really late at night. I don't think constantly about my routes and at what time I have to be home and at what time I have to leave a party or leave a dinner or leave a meeting. I just go and just enjoy my time and know that even if I come back home quite late, I will be safe. I've never felt threatened, or I've never felt that I'm in a situation that requires me to be extra aware. Of course, I always take my good sense with me and I'm aware at all times, obviously, but with nothing extra. And especially coming from Morocco, this for me has been a game changer in my life. I feel so much healthier mentally, and I get all my energy to focus on doing the actual task or going to the actual place, rather than worrying about the logistics and everything surrounding being there. And for that I'm so thankful and grateful for the beautiful people of Munich. Thank you so much for ensuring this safety for all of us. The second point is public transportation, and this I think it's something that's safe to say is really good across Germany. Now I know that so many of my German friends get so angry when I say this, because they say, oh, Switzerland have such better transportation system, or Austria, but that's just the Germans being Germans. For me, it's spot on. The transportation is perfect. I live outside of Munich, not really in the city center, but even here transportation is just amazing. It's so well connected to all the greater Munich area, and it's quite big. You can get really anywhere, and you basically don't need a car. And I know that even families here don't necessarily use the car. People commute, it's faster, it's greener, and so much better for our environment and for our carbon footprint. People are very aware of that here, and I feel like you can get anywhere. We can get to beautiful lakes too. There's also the train system that gets you really deep into the Alp, and the Alpine regions run in Bavaria, which is, by the way, absolutely amazing. The greater Munich area has U-Bahns, which are urban kind of trains, and like metros, basically suburban trains, which are trains and metros that go a little bit outside of the city and get to where I live. There are regional expresses, which are trains that also go a bit outside and obviously connect the entire Bavaria region. There are trams, there are buses, so there is something for everybody. Third, and I think this is so important, and that's the flexible university lifestyle or curriculum, or whatever you want to call it. But here in Germany it's very flexible to go to university. Attendance is not mandatory because you are treated like the actual adult you are, so the professor doesn't need to check if you're here. Obviously you decide if you need to be somewhere or if you can just study without actually physically being present. It's truly flexible in the sense where you can choose your classes. Most times there is such a wide pool of classes you can choose from, and you're not necessarily bound to certain ones. There are some programs that are literally completely structured in a way where you get to choose what you study. The exams are only at the end. That's okay. Sometimes it's positive, sometimes it's negative, but then you know that for the entire semester you can focus on many other things and not only on examination. And yeah, you can learn different skills, you can work at the same time, which is my next point. Yeah, you can enroll really easily. You can even take semesters off and go for internships or yeah, for experiences. It allows you to grow in many different ways, and not only academically. And of course, when you're enrolled in a university, you can take any class from across that university. Fourth is the concept that I love and that they have here. This working student concept gives the student, the university student, the opportunity to actually work part-time, usually 20 hours a week, in actual companies and actually do real work and work as a product manager, product marketing, in communications, in sustainability, in corporate responsibility, in actual departments. And you're not just making coffee, obviously, and there's no such thing here, obviously, just making coffee or photocopy or like copies and stuff, but you actually do real work and you're involved with the team. And I was so lucky to do that. I've been working almost since I moved here. Okay, so I've had the opportunity to experience this firsthand when I worked in this company's global headquarters, and I learned so much. And I think it's so important for students to have these kind of opportunities. Plus, you make money and you live independently, and yeah, you just earn experience and money, and you're independent, and it's good money, and you get to yeah, live well. So that's something I'm absolutely thankful and grateful for. Number 5 is the work culture and conditions. Now, I also got to experience this firsthand. People here are very aware that you work to live and not live to work. So in workplaces, people clearly show that they have a life outside of work. They have hobbies, they have personal projects. At 3 p.m. you see a lot of people leaving to go get their kids from school. People arrange their schedule differently, so you can come really early and you can leave early, and basically you can leave early on Fridays. It's such nice conditions, and the work and life balance is absolutely prominent here and such an important topic. And I think that everyone should follow this lead, and yeah, that's also something to be very grateful for. Number 6 is the German and their sense of planning. Now, of course, this will be different from one person to another, but I personally love me a good plan. I love to wake up and have an idea about how my day is going to look like, how it's going to be structured. And this is something people do a lot here. They plan ahead, weekly, monthly, yeah, sometimes months away, especially if you're planning something like a birthday or a major event. You want to notice people way before so that they have an idea. And I love that because it adds so much value to the things you do with people. It just gives you this sense of certainty that I love, because personally I get very stressed and anxious around a lot of uncertainty. So that for me works really well. Number 7, that's punctuality. Now, Germans don't necessarily think that they're punctual or as punctual as everyone else make them seem to be, but I think it is. And maybe this is me coming from Morocco, where there we absolutely have no notion of time, or most of us have no notion of time. Here people will show up on time, and if they don't, that's really a sign of disrespect, meaning that I don't respect your time. And of course people can be late, and the thing here is that they notify you ahead. Like, my train is late, so I will show up at 4:13 instead of 4, so you know, and you're kept in the loop, and they're sorry about it. While back home, people cannot show up, can show up hours late, and they don't feel sorry about it, and they have no sense, no awareness of the notion of time, basically. And here people are very aware of time, and it's such an important resource that is treated with a lot of thoughts and a lot of respect. Number 8, Sundays. I'm such a big Sunday person. I love my Sundays, waking up really slow, making me food, reading in bed, watching, like, catching up on TV shows, because I don't watch TV during the week, and doing just little things around the house, going outside for walks. Here you're literally forced to do that because everything is closed, supermarkets are closed, shops are closed, cafes and restaurants can open but with restricted opening hours, and working is illegal. So if you start working, literally we'll have a message on your work laptop saying, according to this law, it's illegal to work Sundays, at least here in Bavaria. So yeah, the system literally contributes to force you to take time for yourself, for your family, to go into nature. People hike during Sundays, and it's just like you time, and people here go to mass, and that's completely wonderful that you're forced to take care of yourself for at least one day during the week. Nature and the culture around the outdoors. Germans are really fond of their outdoors. People invest a lot of time and energy and money into their outdoor activities, their outdoor gear. On Sundays you see this in the station. You see families, couples, individuals in full-on hiking gear, getting ready to go and spend the day in nature. And like, even on smaller scale, people go a lot to parks here and to the forest. And I live in such a green area, and we have so many nice parks, gardens in Munich. And in summer during sunset, you're most likely gonna find groups of people in the English Garden, by the Isar, which is a river, in West Park, in Olympia Park, watching the sunset, enjoying their drinks, and just, yeah, being so present within the natural elements in the city. And that's once again something that works so well with me because I love nature. Number 10 is something so random, but I really appreciate that. If you know me well, you know that I have such a sweet tooth. I love cakes, and here there is this thing called Kaffee und Küche, which is basically coffee and cake, and it's a little dairy ritual that makes it completely socially acceptable to eat huge slices of cakes and coffee every day in the afternoon. It's a little bit the equivalent of goûter in French, or casse-croûte for us, where we also have a lot of food. But here usually around 3 p.m. people would go and have coffee and cake, and also sometimes in the mornings during the weekend at work you see a lot of people eating their cake, having their coffee. It's just huge slices of German cake. I love that, and people have conversation and they just enjoy the little things. It just speaks to me as a person, and I just thought I would share it and end on a sweet little note. Alright guys, those were the things I really am appreciative of living here. Of course, these things are once again very, very personal to me. They speak to me and they work well with me. Because one thing about obviously going and living in different places is that you build your person around many different cultures, and it's obviously something so powerful for your growth. And I am thankful for everything I got to find here. And obviously there are things I'm not a big fan of, and maybe I will make a video about things I don't love so much, but I thought that I just want to be very appreciative right now, and you know, share positivity and share my love for these things, my love for this place and for these people, which has definitely been a work in it was a process, but now I'm at this stage where I'm really thankful for being here. Please feel free to share your thoughts and ideas with me in the comments down below. I read them all and answer them all during the first day after posting. So sorry if I don't get around your comment if you post it later, because that's probably most likely I didn't see it. I want to thank you once again for the sweet messages, always and forever. You are amazing and I'm so thankful for having you. I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.